Afternoon.
Howdy.
I'm just going to start here with my abstract. I'm going to, traditionally, theater has consisted of performers on a stage telling a story to an audience against the backdrop of lights and sets. This was the accepted mode for most of our performance history and has proven to be a successful method of entertainment for thousands of years. The 20th and 21st centuries, however, have introduced technology that allows both theater makers and audiences to experience storytelling in new and innovative ways, unimaginable to performers and designers and the audiences of yesterday. My area of study in the University of Montana's College of Visual and Performing Arts focuses on these innovations and asks, how do we storytell when digital media is incorporated into our performance environment? Does the blending of live performance and digital media aid in the storytelling? How does it influence the performance for the actor audience? What if the actor can interact with or to the media incorporated? Working with some of these questions, I'm currently building a performance piece that incorporates an interface which allows an actor to hold a conversation with a computer. The interface, more commonly known as a chatbot, works through combining JavaScript, HTML, and an open source coding language called RiveScript to create a program that resembles an Alexa or Siri voice recognition system. However, my concept differs from both examples in that it has been built with the intent that it challenges, through a performative lens, questions of machine as live performer. Daniel Schiffman's coding training tutorials served as inspiration for this project. The purpose of this is served as inspiration for this project, The performance itself consists of the actor asking the computer a series of questions, and the computer responding with answers that are sometimes set but predictable, but at other times varied and randomized. The purpose of this is to produce a unique scene for the audience and live performer that is at once different each time it is performed, yet fulfills the role of a character. The piece serves as an example of theater that reflects our current culture and the digital media that fills it, as well as our symbiotic relationship with it. The work, under the guidance of Dr. Michael Music, Associate Professor of Media Arts, is an involving project of increasingly complex voice recognition patterns that affords a live actor the opportunity to explore a performance arena of increasing digital complexity in the realm of visual arts. The benefit of UM students viewing and interacting with the computer in a conference setting is that they can experience firsthand a voice-activated program that performs with them as opposed to serving them in mundane search tasks, thus demonstrating what future interactions and live performances might resemble in coming decades, and in fact already are starting to resemble. So with that, I'm going to skip ahead and try and get this guy up and running, and we'll see if it works. Hello, computer. Hello, computer. Hello, computer. Anything? Hello, computer. Are you a bot? Are you going to work?
Did you click in the area?
Hello, computer. Ah! Hello, computer. Hello, computer.
Hello. You do not want to know.
No, I don't. Computer, I want to ask you a question.
The answer is cloudy.
I want to ask you something.
The answer is cloudy.
I want to ask you something.
You do not want to know.
I want to ask you something.
What?
I want to ask you something.
You do not want to know.
Are you a bot?
What?
Are you a bot?
What?
Are you a bot?
You do not want to know.
How are you?
You do not want to know.
How are you?
What?
How are you?
I'm fine. Thanks for asking.
How are
The
you?
answer is cloudy. You do not want to know. You do not want to know. You do not want to know.
Hello, computer.
The answer is cloudy.
My name is Kurt.
The answer is cloudy.
My name is Curtis.
You do not want to know. The answer is cloudy. The answer is
So
cloudy.
now it's feeding back on itself.
The answer is cloudy. The answer is cloudy. You do not want to know. The answer is cloudy. The answer is cloudy.
Let's try it again. Hello, computer.
Hello. The answer is cloudy.
How are you?
Great. How are you? I'm good. You?
I'm fine. I am well.
What?
I am well.
Glad to hear it.
I want to ask you something.
What?
I want to ask you something.
The answer is cloudy.
I want to ask you something.
You do not want to know.
Are you a bot?
The answer is cloudy.
Are you a bot?
The answer is cloudy. You do not want to know. What?
Just give me an answer.
Do not ask questions you cannot understand. What?
Are you a bot?
No. Why would you say that?
Are you a bot?
The answer is cloudy.
Are you a bot?
The answer is cloudy.
I want to ask you something.
The answer is cloudy.
Hello, computer.
The answer is cloudy.
Are you a bot?
What?
Are you a bot?
What?
Are you a bot?
What?
Just give me an answer.
The answer is cloudy.
Just
The answer is cloudy. You do not want to know.
thanks, computer.
And now for something entirely different. What?
Hello, computer.
Hello.
I want to ask you something.
Ask me already.
I want to ask you something.
What?
Are you a bot?
What?
Are you a bot?
What?
Are you a bot?
No. Why would you say that? The answer is cloudy.
Just
What?
give, just give me an answer.
The answer is cloudy.
Just give me an answer.
Do not ask questions you cannot understand.
Thanks, computer.
The answer is cloudy.
Thanks, computer.
What?
Thanks, computer.
You do not want to know. The answer is cloudy. It's cloudy.
Are you a bot?
What? Oh my God, no.
Are you a bot?
What? Oh my God, no.
Are you a bot?
What?
Are you a
You
bot?
do not want to know.
My name is Kurt.
You do not want to
My
know.
name is Curtis.
What?
My name is Curtis.
What?
My name is Curtis.
You do not want to know.
My name is Curtis.
What?
Just give me an answer.
Do not ask questions you cannot understand.
Thanks, computer.
And now for something entirely different.
Okay, great. So we'll stop there. So that's essentially what I'm working with. The abstract is a fancy way of saying I'm talking to a snarky Alexa or Siri through coding set up on separate platforms, inspired by YouTube tutorials, JavaScript, p5.js. Here's some of the code. It's essentially computer as character, just like the title implies. Rudimentary though it is. I'm working with plugging in questions with the thought of creating a unique performance each time I go through this. So it's going to be different. The weights you see in here and up there give the computer an option to choose how it's going to answer me. It essentially sets up a not always predictable randomized element. This is the first iteration and thus is very simple. However, I plan on going forward with this to create increasingly complex iterations and hopefully get two computers talking to each other without me even being there to see if they can carry on a conversation that might be different each time. So with that, are there any questions, or would anybody like to come up and try this?
Is there any I mean, I'm guessing, this is the first time I've seen this and wondered if this is like a beginning version of how algorithms might be built to make chess competing computer programs.
Kind of like when Bobby Knight played.
Well, I guess that's what I'm wondering. Is it the
Yeah.
same sort of principle where you train something to have options in different ways? I don't know how those computer programs are set up. Have you looked in?
I haven't looked into computer chess programs, like whether it's not exact, I wouldn't call it adaptive. I'm literally feeding in and then adding weights like maybe 3 times out of 10 you'll answer go ahead when I ask this, when it recognizes my patterns. It's from a JavaScript speech library that's already been built by folks at NYU and Daniel Shipman. So it's not, as far as I know, adaptive that I've come across in any research.
So it can't read your emotional meaning and pick a choice based on that. It's simply going on word recognition.
Right, or voice inflection. It's going off of word recognition. I think it has some ability for voice inflection, but I could be wrong on that. I just get emotional and try and adjust my prosody and tenor to see if it'll switch the answer, but I haven't been able to predict any or control it in any way, shape, or form with that. So I'd like to think I could, but I don't think I have successfully. So yes, short answer, no. Yeah.
And when it was feeding back on itself, the answer is cloudy, the answer is cloudy. It's because it's hearing its own voice?
Yeah, some of those times it was, the microphone was picking up the speaker, so it was answering itself, which I plan on using in the second iteration. The nice thing with this, when I first performed it at the Media Arts Festival, it seemed like there was something emergent coming out of that, constantly repeating the same answer and then trying to adjust my performance. It was almost as if the character of the computer was controlling me more than, kind of like the ventriloquist dummy who's controlling who. But it made for some interesting, like an interesting arc, character arc, if that makes sense, or scene arc. And so that's kind of what I'm wondering with two computers and maybe having a third human there to jump in and throw curveballs to see what the computers do with that, and how it influences performance in a scene that way, where it might lead. So, yeah. Yes?
So are you pulling the text, the computer's text, from a centralized source then? Is that right?
It's from the Rive script, which is an open source website where it's kind of, it teaches you how to code with JavaScript. And so I've written the code, the answers and questions myself. If that makes sense, I'm trying to find there we go. So here's how it looks in computer code, and that's where it's pulling it from. And
I guess my question is, what kind of a character is this computer's character? Or what kind of a character are you trying to
I'm not exactly sure, just one that talks and answers and then answers in ways I can't predict. So it's not completely controllable. So it's a fake character that fakes agency so far. Is that?
But you're putting the elements in place that will determine the character.
Yeah, absolutely. And then weighting them and randomizing them. Yeah. Yeah, fake character,
I was
fake
gonna say
character.
that's like a university professor.
Or grad student. Rachel, did you have a question as well? Yeah. Sometimes I have a honestly tough time knowing what kind of thing this is because it's got 5 different things going on at the same time to build one entity, for lack of a better term. So.
Well, so when it's saying the answer is cloudy, do you think you could build in or put in more potential responses so that it can continue talking to itself?
I absolutely could, yeah.
That would be really interesting to see maybe like divergent paths of
Yes,
even setting the microphone for itself
right.
to create like a monologue.
Yeah, well, yes. Well, and hopefully with 2 computers in the second version, the idea is it's hearing the one computer's speaker that it's producing sound out of, and the microphone will pick it up and they'll get a rhythm going, and we'll see what they do with that, with varied, with varied answers and questions. So some of these have, I want to ask you something, and it usually says shoot, but sometimes it won't understand what I'm saying, and that's me, I'm guessing, and so it'll say what, just over and over and over and over again, and maybe that 7th time it switches to something different that's completely random, but is weird in an archy kind of way. Allison?
Well, according to, I'm trying to understand how the weighting system works if it's on
Yeah.
a scale. Like, what we heard more often had only a weight of 4. The answer is cloudy.
Right.
So then is it 1 through 6 or whatever your scale is, the higher the number, the more often you hear it?
Yeah,
The
I
more
believe that's
frequently
how.
it occurs?
That's how it's explained on the Rive script website when you weight. So like you could make it 50 and 100. It's still going to be it's a reductive ratio, as far as I know.
Then why didn't it ask the line that has a weight of 6, what are you? Or why didn't it make that statement? Right?
What is the answer is cloudy is responding to anything it doesn't understand with this code, the plus and then the asterisk. So even if I was saying, are you a bot, and it's not understanding me, it would say the answer is cloudy. Or when it fed back on itself and it's getting picking up part of a speech pattern but not the entire thing, it would recognize it as unintelligible or read it that way and then say the answer is cloudy or what, or you do not want to know. But it said the answer is cloudy a lot more because it was weighted higher than the 2 3s in there on what or you do not want to know, but it says what quite a bit. Does that answer that?
But above that in your script, are you human and what are you, have higher weights than 4.
Right, but they're part of a different syntax question, like my name is
Yeah.
would result in either are you human or what are you. So when I say my name is Curtis, it would if it recognizes that, it will respond with either are you human or what are you. It wouldn't respond with what if it understood I was saying my name is Curtis. That's really nebulous. I'm so sorry.
So it's just a different part of the script.
It's a different part of the same script, yes.
So the computer's following a script as well.
It is.
You're cueing it to go back to the beginning, or cueing it to go to a particular section.
Well, I can jump around in the questions. It's not set up to go like a top to bottom or a left to right. So I can bounce around with it. How well it follows me is another story.
Right.
And I'm wondering how much things like space and acoustics play into whether whether it feedbacks on itself or distance from the speaker. That's why I moved the speaker, and yeah, there's a whole bunch of variables that a performance control freak doesn't like. So, any other questions? Sweet, thank you.